So, what made you switch from boxing? Because we're gonna get into the boxing, but what made you switch from boxing to bare knuckle?
Like I said, after I fought Miguel Flores, I was signed with King's Promotion, and King Promotion was connected with Haymon,
Hmm.
with PBC. So they promote a lot of shows because me and Marshall Kaufman at King Promotion went a long way. I know his son. His son is Travis Kaufman. That we were roommate in the Olympic Training Center. So when I turned professional, I went with Marshall Kaufman. He got me my first three fights, and I left him to come down here to train with Buddy McGirt. So years later, I contacted him again. I said, you know what? Why don't you get me a fight with PBC? And I'll sign with you. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I can get you a fight on PBC if you sign a contract with me. So that's what I did. I signed a contract with him, and I got two fights. Because I said I haven't been active for so long. He got me two fights, and then I got those two winning, and then he wants me to continue. Because every time I fight, I sell $15,000-$20,000 worth of tickets because
Hmm.
I that's the reason why Marshall and David wants me to fight in Florida. You know, my four fight in Bkfc, I sold $100,000 worth of ticket. So yeah, what I mean. If the company is not making money to ticket sale, they have to make money to viewership or subscription, right? So because Bkfc was a growing company at the beginning, they didn't have enough subscription, so they were burning money. They were burning $1 million every show. Um, through production, flight, bringing the fighter, paying the fighter. Like I said, the fighter have to be able to sell ticket and put seats in there for you to break even or make a profit. You know what I mean? But David's trying to build a brand. He's looking at burning the money, but at the same time, he's gonna get the Fortune 500 sponsorship to come in later on. So now I think the company is growing rapidly, and they have a lot of huge sponsorship, and they got Triller to be involved. So Triller bought 49% of the company. So they got a lot of money in the back to move the company the way they want.
Hmm. So,
But
go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, but as far as with boxing, I so basically I went with Marshall Kaufman, right? So after I beat, they basically brought me in. I told Marshall, look, I'm not gonna continue to fight club show and sell 15 $20,000 ticket, and I'm over here making a few grand. You know what I mean? Because I mean, if you fight on a local show, you're not they want to pay you 5 grand at most. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
over here I'm selling $15,000 worth of ticket sales. It don't make sense for me. You know, I'm here. Nobody watch me. Nobody sees where I'm fighting because it's not televised. So
Hmm.
I told Marshall, look, if you can get me a TV fight, I'll take it. Otherwise, I'm not fighting. So he finally got me a fight with Miguel Flores on the main event, and I took the fight for the opportunity. I was like, you know what? I beat this kid. He was ranked number 2 in the WBA. I beat this kid. I'll be able to take his ranking.
Hmm.
And I tell myself, look, I better train my ass off. So when he gave me the go, when he said, look, I got you a fight with Miguel Flores, the next thing, once I hear that phone, I went running right away. I was motivated. I knew I was gonna beat this kid. My life is gonna change. So I went in there and beat this kid, and I thought I was gonna be ranking in the WBA ranking, and and I thought I was gonna be able to fight bigger fight, another TV fight. You know, Nothing happened. So a few months go by. I call Marshall. I was like, Marshall, you got another TV fight for me? He's like, no, not right now. I guess Um, I said, can you contact El Heyman and see if he can get me on as him as an advisor or something. I didn't have a manager at the time, so Marshall was the promoter and playing the manager's role at the same time. Because um, so he's like, El Heyman is not interested in you. I'm like, all right, okay, then at least get me a TV fight. I'm willing to fight anybody. So David, Marshall couldn't get me a TV fight, so I told David, I told Marshall, you know what, I'm just gonna quit boxing because now that I see the bullshit side of give me a false promise. I was hurt. Like, man, I'm not making shit money. I'm fighting on TV, fighting number 2 guy ranked going where I didn't even get a title shot. I didn't even get another TV fight. So I was very disappointed in boxing, and I thought I was gonna quit boxing to be a restaurant owner. So I built the restaurant for 19 months, and I opened the restaurant. And then bare knuckle became legal. That's when I reached out to David.
Okay. Okay. I mean, see, I hate hearing stories like that because I don't like the politics in boxing. I can't stand the politics. I think that holds up a lot of fights. It kind of holds back a lot of guys.
It's really not politics. It's about the fighter's marketability. You know what I mean? Like me being a Vietnamese fighter, you know, boxing is very, very like it wasn't even legal in Vietnam. So they looked at as the market, you know, especially you know Asian fighters in America. You got to be Manny Pacquiao, one of a kind, you know. And you know Manny Pacquiao is one of a kind because first of all he got the whole support of the whole country of Vietnam. You know, me as a Vietnamese fighter, I don't get the support for the Vietnamese. I mean, I got a few here and there, but not the whole country because the country was divided during the war. So me being an American citizen, they look at that as a you know as a sore, you know, because Vietnam was communist between North and South. You know, the South was with the American side and the North. So it's like North Korea and South Korea. So they look at me as a South Korean and the North Korean is controlling the country. You know what I mean?
I mean, my thing is, I mean, you still have to be put in a position to actually show what you can do. It's how you gain popularity. It's how you cross over to the casuals. You know,
Right.
you beat Miguel Flores. You know, you beat him, and then you bring you right back, bring you back again.
Right.
You know, it give you opportunity. That's what I'm talking about. That's what kind of makes me mad about it.